Young world. So there's this character named Charleston White. If you haven't heard by now, the Joker been out for a while, so I'm sure you probably heard of him. He's been an internet sensation for the past few months. I've been on the fence about Charleston White since I first started seeing him around the internet. You know what I'm saying? He is an entertaining character. His presentation, the way he talks. You know what I'm saying? He's a person that you can watch. He's funny. He's entertaining just the way he speaks. But some of the stuff he says, you gotta understand, I'm a person that comes from an era where the whole snitching thing is like a no-go no matter what. But as the years went on, I would have to say that I warmed up to the idea of not, because I mean, it's always been a thing of if you're, you know what I'm saying, if you're a civilian, you can talk to the police about whatever. That's different. If you're not in the game, you're a civilian. But recently, it has become to be like a normal thing for people to actually start calling out the streets and saying, like, you know what I'm saying, policing the community and stuff like that, which is like a new idea that I started to warm up to, because it's like, yeah, after a while, enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing for a person to be a civilian and go out and talk to the police if something happens, but then it's a totally different thing to be proactive and taking action to try to get the crime off the streets. So I've been warming up to that idea because enough has been enough. That's not necessarily snitching, but it's just like it's time to start policing the communities. You know what I'm saying? So the Charleston White character coming out with his ideology, so I was kind of on the fence about, because he goes a little bit too far sometimes, some of the stuff he says. But some of the stuff that he be saying does make sense and does need to be said. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give him that much credit. Some stuff that he says does need to be said that other people have not said. But his latest statement that he said on DMX was where I finally put Charleston White where I'm putting him at now, as a clown. You know what I'm saying? As a person that he's non-productive. He's not a friend of the culture, if you want to call it that. He's there strictly he's a troll. You know what I'm saying? He's basically just a troll. That's all he is. He got no respect. Some stuff you just don't need to say no matter what. Some stuff just don't need to be said. Like calling DMX a fiend. Like, I mean, what's the reason for it? What's the use? The only use for something like that, the reason is to get attention, views, clout. That's all that's for. So I gotta put Charleston White in that category now. You know what I'm saying? I was on the fence about him, and now it's like, man, he bogus, yo. You're not. It's like he's just a bogus dude, man.